Good morning, everyone. Scott Maybor here with your Medicare Missive from the pond for Tuesday, the 21st of October. Hope you are doing well. I have been absolutely slammed, but I did want to leave a message that get help if you're not sure. This is complicated. I've spoken to a bunch of people, and I'm going to give you some examples. And just to be clear, when I say get help, I don't necessarily mean hire me. This is not necessarily an advertisement for me. These are pointers. You can get help at the senior center through the Shine and Ship counselors. You can talk to brokers. There may be other resources. However, I would not tell you to call a carrier ever. So I've had a bunch of people tell me that they really don't need my help. They're just going to do it on their own. So I spoke to one guy yesterday. I had helped he and his wife a while back. And he told me he can't get an appointment with me until mid-November, which is fine. The deadline's December 7th. So he's just going to go ahead and sign up for Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts. And I said, okay, how'd you pick them? Well, Mass General's not taking our doctors any longer because their PCPs are both at Mass General, and Mass General's not taking United Health, which is what they currently have. So he's switching them to Blue Cross Blue Shield. Problem is, Blue Cross Blue Shield is also no longer accepted at Mass General. I told him that's a problem and why he can't do it. I haven't heard back from him, but that was just I could have said nothing and let them go till January. And then when they show up to try to make an appointment, they would have been told that their insurance from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts is not accepted here. But that is not what I did. I told him, you may want to check because, yes, Blue Cross shows that doctor as in network, but Mass General is not accepting that insurance. So whether they're in network or not with your plan is irrelevant. Had somebody else tell me she doesn't want my help. She's going to just let her drug plan roll over. That's great, except for the fact that it's going to cost her $600 more than the drug plan I would have put her on. Not that the drug plan won't cover the drugs, it's just more expensive. And it's not premium, it's co-pays. Had somebody else tell me they're going to just let their plan roll over. Their plan's canceled. I said, did you get the mail that told you your plan doesn't exist in your county next year? Yeah, I don't read that crap. Okay, go to the pharmacy in January and discover you no longer have drug coverage. Your Part D canceled and you didn't re-enroll. Now you're scrambling to find another plan. And then finally, I spoke to a couple on Saturday, and this is why I say don't call a carrier. So they each had a plan there was a lot of confusion. And one, he's telling me he has an Advantage plan, and they showed me their cards on Zoom. They both have Advantage plans from the same carrier. He thinks he's paying $72 a month, which he may have been paying last year, but this year, 2025, he's paying $86 a month. And he told me that can't be right. And I said, no, it's absolutely right. This is what you're paying. And I told his wife, I said, that carrier has a zero premium plan. For at least 2 years now, or almost nearly 2 years, you've been paying, you could average it, but call it $75 a month. Times 2, so there's $150 a month, times almost 24 months, it will be 24 months, for nothing. You could have been on a zero premium plan. And yeah, some of the copays were a little higher, but he told me he doesn't have a lot of copays. Okay. They also signed up for dental. So I said, how did you choose this plan? Well, I don't remember. This is the plan the carrier recommended. Well, what a surprise. They have a zero premium plan. They recommended the $75 a month plan. So he's got a $75 a month plan, signed them both up. The plan includes $1,000 of dental that can be used towards, he does 3 dental cleanings a year. He's also from the same carrier who coincidentally sold him a dental plan, a dental insurance. He had basic, she had the premium. That was another $120 or so a month between the two of them. His plan has dental. He said, no, it doesn't. I said, sure it does. Right on the website, it says it has $1,000 of dental and 3 cleanings a year. No one told them that. They were happy to sell him a $73 plan. They were happy to take his money for a dental policy that he may not have needed. It did give him extra benefits, but he's never tapped into the $1,000. All he said he ever uses is the 3 cleanings, which he could have gotten for free on his plan. Well, as part of his plan, let's say. And then there was one, it's also an expensive plan for the medications he takes. So had he chosen a different carrier, the plan would have been better suited for the medications he's on. Now, I suggested, because he does have some health issues, it may be time to look at a Medigap policy. And he's like, oh no, I don't have any expenses, except for the 2 MRIs I had last week, which were $250 a piece. That's a very expensive copay for an MRI. The 0 premium plan was $125 per MRI. So, one, the fact that he's paying too much is just a shame. 2, who recommended these plans, who sold him the dental? He called the carrier. And when you call a carrier, you are not getting unbiased advice. If you walk into a Chevy dealership, they're going to sell you a Chevy. They're not going to recommend the Ford or the Dodge. If you walk into a BMW dealership, they're selling you a BMW. They're not telling you the Audi's better. They're not telling you the Mercedes will last longer. They're telling you the BMW's the cat's whiskers and you should get it. So be aware, when you get biased help, you get biased answers. I do not like insurance companies. I am going to do a video on why I hate insurance companies based on that story I just told you. But they screw you, they screw me. If somebody is taking money from an insurance company, how independent are they? They may represent more than one, but they are still beholden to the insurance companies. And I would question if that's the direction you want to go in for your medical advice. Let me know if I can help. Feel free to question or comment, and have a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching. Be well.